So our next continuation module, that is module 8. When we have left with a blank diagram of amoeba. Now amoeba, this is pseudopodia, you all know. It is written here. So this is pseudopodia. Pseudopodia is what? Cytoplasm is pushing. Remember, CBSE can ask you a question and you will see ये क्या पूछा है? That defines pseudopodia. They won't ask you the meaning. Meaning is false. Pseudo is false. Podia is feet. Done in class, junior class 8, 6 also. Okay, so from there you have started. So 6 you know pseudopodia, 8 you know pseudopodia. Why will CBSE ask you in 10 what is pseudopodia and you will write false fit, and they will happily with a smiley give you an answer just like the outer ring of smiley, that is 0. Okay, so they may ask you to define pseudopodia, which is the extension of the cytoplasm. Okay, so that I will write down again so that you can have a clear cut and very precise definition. Okay, so this is pseudopodia thrown by the amoeba. Once it senses a food particle, so it throws pseudopodia around the, it is throwing pseudopodia around the food particle. Okay, so this is food. And then it engulfs it and takes that pouch containing the food inside the cytoplasm and it becomes a food vacuole. Now engulfing and ingesting food is called phagocytosis. It is the process is called to engulf and eat is called phagocytosis. Because the food is ingested by phagocytosis, hence this food vacuole is also called phagosome. Now this terminology is, CBSE is not interested in your phagosome. CBSE is interested in food vacuole, okay, which functions as a temporary stomach in amoeba. I am not writing temporary stomach, please make a note of that. Food vacuole functions as temporary stomach. Why temporary stomach? Because the digestion will take place in the food vacuole itself. Okay. Phagosome is for NTSE if you are thinking that you will be appearing in that examination. So food vacuole, it is joined by lysosome. You know that lysosome is the digestive bag of your body. So food bag, a food vacuole plus lysosome, it becomes phagolysosome is equals to phagolysosome. Food vacuole joins up with lysosome. Lysosome has got digestive enzymes. So the digestive enzymes spill over the food and the food is digested. Okay, so this is the blue shade is digested food and this blue wavy line, that is the digested food, is absorbed from the surface of food vacuole into the cell cytoplasm. So this is absorption. These arrows show absorption. Means once the digested food is absorbed from the vacuole, it becomes very tiny in size. And what is left out? Only waste particles. So these waste particles finally, just like phago is engulfing and this is like releasing. It just splits open and releases the waste outside into the medium. So this is digestion. So there are 5 steps of Holozoic nutrition. What are they? I have underlined everything. So this is the black underlined one. This is step 1, ingestion. This is step 2, digestion. This is step 3, absorption. Step 4, I have said in my earlier module, that is 6th module, that assimilation is utilization of food. That is, food will be broken down to release ATP. First and second module. Okay. So assimilation we are not writing. 4th one and the last one, egestion. So 1, 2, 3, 4th understood assimilation and 5th egestion. This is all about the Holozoic nourishment in amoeba. If asked in totality is of 5 marks. Even they can ask for 3 marks, then draw the diagram and write down 3 statements to explain. That is ingestion, digestion and waste absorbed and egested. Waste is egested. Diagram will speak for itself. Usually they do not ask the whole thing. So what they do, they part by part they can ask, like definition of pseudopodia, how the food is ingested by amoeba, what is phagocytosis, how is food digested in the amoeba. Okay. So and again, how food is absorbed they will not ask, And the residual vacuole or the waste, how it is digested? Exocytosis. Eaten by phagocytosis or endocytosis and digested by cell se bahar nikalo exocytosis. We are clicking the photo so that you can get a clear cut note. Now I am rubbing it and writing individual definitions so that you can learn what in the definition cannot be missed. That means when you write a definition, what you cannot miss writing. You can write, usually we have seen over the period of time that a child writes a definition which can be half page long also. But definition is a very clear-cut thing, statement. So we are going to see that what you cannot avoid in the set definitions. So first is pseudopodia. So what is pseudopodia? Definitely meaning is false feet. False, and this part is feet. Definition: cytoplasmic. Cytoplasm is moving, streaming. Cytoplasmic extension thrown by amoeba to, they may ask you to write down two functions. In the definition I am adding the two functions. To capture food and, this is and, okay, to locomote. Remember, there is a difference between locomotion and movement. This is movement. And when I change my position, okay, that is called locomotion. That means I am locomoting to and fro. Okay, this is not aware. For these small distances, locomotion is not being used. I hope you all know that train is also called locomotive. Goes from one place to another. Those who want to impress, no need to add any unnecessary word. You can remove capture and write down procure food. People will be impressed with English. No need to change, add up unnecessary words. If you are good in English, actually you will use minimal words. Remember that. So this is the 1 mark definition of pseudopodia. They may ask you for 2 marks that define pseudopodia and give 2 functions of it. That is also, this answer is of 1 marks also, 2 marks also. No one will deduct any marks from this statement. Learn smart, not too much. Work should be smarter, and definitely it should not be only hard work. It should be smart work also. So this answer is enough for 1 mark's definition of pseudopodia plus 1 mark's definition and 1 mark half and half function of pseudopodia. So let us see the definition of phagocytosis. Phagocytosis. This is called engulfing or encircling. That is completely covering it up. Okay, so this is 3-dimensional and it is gone inside. So engulfing, you find it gulfing very difficult. The choice of word is yours, not mine. Remember that. Okay, I am giving you an option. Okay, so depending upon your capacity, you can choose the word. You don't have to even tell me. So engulfing or encircling food with the help of pseudopodia. For ingestion. Engulfing food with the help of pseudopodia for ingestion. So what are the key points in this definition? One is engulfing or encircling, which the answer will be expecting to be written. Encircling of what? Encircling of food. By what? by pseudopodia for what? For ingestion. So I get 4 key points in the 1 mark definition. Okay. So this is about pseudopodia and phagocytosis. So let us see. So this is 1 mark. This is 1 mark. Fine. So let's see another thing which is very commonly asked from amoeba. That how does amoeba ingest food? If you see the exercise, you will find a question which is mentioned. This question alone can be asked for 3 good marks. Okay. So let us see what to attempt if only ingestion of amoeba has been asked. Ingestion in amoeba alone for 3 marks. Now they can ask you questions. So I will not write down the statements. You must write down the statements in your own language. No one deducts marks for grammatical error in science till the entire meaning is clear cut. Okay, what we are saying, that meaning should be imparted. Like pseudopodia, even this much is not being deducted, that you are writing this spelling like pseudopodia, you have missed the P. You have missed the P. Still CBSE will not deduct marks because while pronunciation, this is correct. So CBSE will award the marks. So there is not too much to worry about also, as you think is so difficult. But definitely to score cent% marks, CBSE does not donate marks to score cent%. It helps you to pass easily. Okay, so these things will be provided. But now, say for example, out of 80, you have scored 69. Okay, then for this they will strike it off. Because they don't work. Like you have 79 and 1 more marks will give you 80. Then they will strike off this spelling mistake also. 80 on 80 copy must be grammatically correct, cent% correct, fully accurate, underlined and well presented one. Because that child is symbolizing perfection. Remember that 80 on 80 means perfect. So ingestion in amoeba, step 1. So step 1, that is amoeba. So this is the nucleus of the amoeba. It approaches food. My food is always blue in color. So it approaches, it senses food. So when it senses food, so this amoeba, it throws pseudopodia around the food. So it has thrown pseudopodia around the food. Okay, then, so this is step number 2. Step number 1, senses food. Step number 2, throws pseudopodia around food. You can see how small points I am writing and they are not difficult to learn also. Around food. Both the pseudopodia they join. Both the pseudopodia join, creating a food vacuole. Pseudopodia joins, food vacuole created. So food vacuole, even an easy word, formed. See, if you write created, you will not get an additional marks. If you write formed, you will not lose any marks. Okay, so this is step number 3. And last step to conclude, this fusion point of pseudopodia, it dissolves. Okay, so it completely comes under the cell. Okay, so the fusion point dissolves. Here what I am doing, I am keeping the point and here I am showing that it has dissolved. The fusion point has dissolved. So what we are going to show? The fusion point has dissolved and it becomes an integral, food vacuole becomes an integral part of amoeba. Dissolved pseudopodial joining. Ingestion done. So this is all about ingestion. I am repeating again that this is enough to write a 3 marks answer. You can write exactly as I have shown on the board. Senses food, through pseudopodia around food, pseudopodia joins, food vacuole formed, dissolves pseudopodial joining. This is enough for ingestion in amoeba for 3 marks. Thank you.